Hi everybody, Miles here, the teaching professional at Southwick Park Golf Club. This week's video is just born out of a YouTube comment. I tried to make it a few minutes ago and had a few technical difficulties, so going to give this another go. Why don't you try and play a hole with your sand iron? And I thought, well, that's a bit of a boring video really. There's not much you can do with a sand iron. It's going to donk it 100 yards and we can keep going. And I thought, well, maybe no, actually I can manipulate it a little bit. I can potentially try and thin one to get quite a bit of yardage of it. I can shut the face right down. So I thought, why not? Let's have a go and have a quick little video for this week. So this is the 18th at Southwick Park. It's 383. I'd be delighted with a bogey, to be honest with you. I've got no other clubs. And yeah, let's have a go. I've got a TaylorMade Mill Grind 4. It's 5411. And I have this Pro Motor shaft in it. So it's a good club. I've only had it about 6 months, but yeah, happy with that. It's got this very abrasive, sort of rusting face, if you know what I mean. So I'm not sure if that'll help me or not. I've switched my normal ball to a much harder ball. So I've got a Strixon AD 333, brilliant winter ball, but it's not going to stop very well. It goes back to last week's video. So yeah, let's make a start. See if I can cover the ground. I'm going to turn the face of this sand iron in, hood it, try and turn it into about an 8 iron and a bit of a slinging hook. Won't hook much, but it'll get a bit more extra yardage. Well, she's down the middle. You might as well come with me. What day? Monday morning, early. Beautiful day though. I think we're in for a good week here. So anyone who's watching this from not Southwick, we do actually have some nice weather in England. It's actually about 2 months of the year probably. And yeah, that's that. So ball manipulation and flight manipulation using your clubs is something to learn, I think, as you become a better player. Two things from one day stood out really in my mind when I was young. I went to Wentworth with my dad and we were watching the whatever was on at Wentworth. It wasn't what it's called now, but it was the full tour event, and on the range, standing 3 people next to each other, was Greg Norman. He was hitting a fairway wood and he's striping them down the middle, and his caddy was catching them in a catcher's mitt. Wow, that was incredible. Nick Faldo, draw one, fade one, draw one, fade one, and he had this ball on a bit of string. And then next to him was this guy called Tommy Nakajima. Never heard of him at the time, became a little favourite of mine because sort of that underdog thing I said, but he was striping a 3 iron like I've never ever seen to this day since. Probably like McIlroy ball striking him, just where every shot just whistled like a bullet. So he had glasses on, so he probably couldn't putt like me. Here we go, middle of the fairway. I was going to try and thin one down here, but I'm going to get too near that. Potentially there's a ditch down here which I don't want to get too near, so I'm just going to try a bit more of the same, I think. Yeah. So I'm going to stand, hood my face, right back in my stance, feel like I'm hooking it a bit. That's gone like a punchy 8 iron, so good shot. So should you practice manipulating the flight? Definitely. Definitely. Should you try and do it with a sand iron? Probably not. Pretty pointless really. And maybe this video is, I've made a few videos now. I only make a video to go into my weekly newsletter, and obviously you have to put it onto YouTube, and then other people sometimes watch it. So manipulation of a sand iron, probably pretty pointless, but if you've got other clubs, certainly your mid irons, the ability to take distance on and off them by moving the ball backwards in your stance and forward in your stance and closing the face and cutting one and drawing one, you can get a stock shot that might be 150 yards to be 165 and then bring it back to a little bit less. So just all about control. So I'm in good shape. I don't know where I am. Probably on the downslope, I think, which is probably not the ideal place. I mean, I could cut this and you know, my editing skills aren't up to too much, so I'm just going to keep walking and talking. Beautiful day. I'm in good shape down there. So 2 sand irons, and I'm about right, I think. It's actually probably my hardest shot now. Look at it, I've got a downhill line, I've got a green that slopes away from me to the right, and I've got a harder ball than I normally use. So getting my excuses in early, I'm just trying to decide whether I should try my luck and go for the flag, or just get it pin high right. Let's go for it. So downhill lie, this is going to de-loft my club for me, so be careful on these shots when you're playing. One of the hard things for sloping lies is how it affects your balance through your swing. Shouldn't affect me too much with a sand iron, but with a longer shot and a bit more momentum, it can be quite tricky. So brace into the slope, keep your weight on the higher foot if you can. Yeah, as I thought of it. So I want to move right off a downhill lie like that downhill side hill lie that I had. It's exactly what it did. It's pretty good, pitched it in about the right place, but I've got a long putt, not putt. So I'm going to try and belly my sand iron. I'm going to use the leading edge of it to try and hit it in the equator of the board. Occasionally you can watch a bit of tour golf, and someone that's got a bit evil with their putter and put it across their knee will have to use some other way of putting. Oh, don't tell me I'm not on the green. That's an alright shot. Yeah. I think I've been caught out by the AD 333 and its liveliness. Yeah. Actually don't know where I am. As you can probably see, you saw me shielding my eyes because I couldn't actually see where the ball had gone. Pitched in the middle of the green. Ooh. Let's go and find it. I'll just run off the back. So an alright shot really. Still got an outside chance of a bogey. Be disappointed not to get a bogey. The members are starting to mass up now. I'm out early in the morning. The lace is undone. It's all going on. Okay. Not a bad lie. Not a bad range of a chip. So no real excuses. I'm going to have to set it off a little bit to the right and it'll kick back in a bit. She was on line. She was on line a tiny bit more, and that was money. Right, here comes my biggest challenge, trying to hold this funny little bellied wedge. Well, 5 on a pretty long par 4 with a sand iron. Did I enjoy it? Yeah, it was fun. Am I doing it again? Nah, see you all next week.